Success is a progressive realization of a worthwhile dream.
It's hard to imagine Amway without Dexter Birdie Yager. I mean, they're just legends in the business.
I could never dream that I'd be where I am today.
Dexter and Birdie have been in the Amway business for 50 years, and wow, their impact is just incredible.
I don't believe people start out thinking they're pioneers.
It's an incredible achievement. 50 years in the business. That's an amazing accomplishment.
The Bible says a man without vision shall perish.
They inspired thousands of other people to live to their dreams and achieve their goals.
I don't believe that you go after a dream that is that far removed, but I dreamt so much further than where I was, nobody believed it anyways.
I think Amway would certainly be different than it is today.
I could never dream that I'd be where I am today. Birdie and I grew up in a small mill town upstate New York, Rome, New York.
I was a shy kid in school and I was a stutterer.
I always had a dream of having my own business. And growing up, I did a little bit of all kinds of work. I shoveled driveways and sidewalks in the wintertime, mowed lawns, and had a paper route.
Yeah, he knew my dad and I knew his dad, but we didn't know each other. That was kind of a funny thing.
Successful people are ordinary people with extraordinary desire to move in some direction. We're making $95 a week. $95 a week before taxes. And I was working at West End Brewery as a brewery rep. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired.
When he sold cars, he investigated owning his own dealership.
And I was sick and tired of somebody else owning me.
But it took so much money to start it up.
My mom's dad told my mom told me when I was a little kid, the Yager means you can't work for somebody else.
Yagers don't work for other people.
Can't work for somebody else.
Nobody was showing me outside Rome, New York.
We had dreams, but our dreams were this big.
We needed something, and we were broke. I prayed for 6 months that God would give me my own business, and this is what it came.
I believed all my life I was going to succeed, and I should succeed. And I believed that hard work was the answer. But I didn't realize until later in life that it took a vehicle to put that hard work behind. Birdie and I started November 1st in '64.
I was the one that was initially excited about it and told him that he was going to have to look at the plan that night.
There was a note on the table that said, Russ is coming to talk to you about Amway. Please listen. Love, Birdie. P.S. Gone to Mom's.
I didn't understand that this opportunity would change the course of our lives.
It didn't take any investment. It was only $8 to get in. It was our ticket to freedom. This is our time.
I was so enthusiastic because I saw my future that night.
Nobody thought it was going to be anything or do anything.
Everybody tried to tell us how dumb we were, how immature we were.
They called it crazy and we were nuts to be in the business, so what do you know? You can't predict the future.
I was just an average guy, but I had more than the average willingness to pay the price. I had more than the average hunger.
34 products, it was big to us.
We were learning a whole new concept of business, actually, so it was a big thing to us.
And we went out with the attitude that we were going to give the business a total year of total commitment every night and not worry about what happened.
I used to think that if everything went good, then I'd decide what to do. Then I had to learn that you decide first and then everything falls in place, you know.
They were the first people, one of the first kind of leaders out of the box that people could look at throughout our entire history and to see that it was possible to be very successful as an Amway distributor in the Amway business.
Many new people come and they expected him to be, you know, this polished, handsome, tall, whatever kind of a guy.
As big as he is and as well as they're doing, you know, this guy's got to be like 6'10". And when I met him, I said, well, that's not the case.
I'm just a small guy, but the world starts with me and my dream and my energy and my ambition.
He was the most motivated person I think I'd ever been around in my life.
We thought he was nuts. He had a determination and a drive you don't see in just the average person.
There's people that talk better than I do. There's people that have more education than I do.
I was immediately impressed, although he didn't have the formal education that we had, how really smart he was.
I mean, you'd have a headache after you were around him for 30 or 45 minutes because he literally stretched your brain.
You don't find that kind of person, multiple times when you're building a business.
The company kept trying to tell us it was a product business, and Dex kept saying, no, this is a people business. It's a people business.
We were attracted to the group of people, which of course was an extension of them.
Your group is your family. You treat them like family. You dream with them. They're your relatives that you created.
We believe the best thing we can do is to help people stand on their own 2 feet.
And he was the first one that ever said, you need to learn how to think.
For the first time, I guess, I felt like I could be myself.
I just wanted it because I seen it in him.
They could see his passion for people and that he wanted for them what he had and wanted the best for them.
This is the largest gathering of future millionaires you'll ever see.
They were always dreaming bigger dreams.
Round direct, Dexter and Birdie Yager.
They were the ones who continued to say, wherever we are today, we can go farther tomorrow.
Because of you, we have had to create an award for 45 points, then 50 points, and now 55 points.
It is very easy to fall into a pattern that he set the example for.
I guess one of the main things he does is transfer belief to you. He has such a strong belief.
They create an arena of excitement whereby timid souls like me can get out of the bleachers and on the playing field of life and win.
There's one guy in here that's one of the greatest men I've ever met in my life, and his wife, and that's Dexter Birdie.
We could never get anybody to be as good as you.
You never told me that.
They were more excited about taking people with them than what they got.
And that's really important to people who don't have a lot of people believing in them,
People need people. God love you.
It is our responsibility to put together every part of the Amway opportunity in such a way that the business of each and every distributor will last not only for his lifetime, but for that of his children.
The boys started working for us when they were knee-high to a grasshopper, we used to call it.
My first recollection really of the business goes back to probably when I was 5 when my parents started the business, and that was really just doing products.
Oh yeah, when I was 7, 8, 9 years old, I knew I wanted to be a part of the business in a bigger way.
I always could see myself doing that, what my parents did, because I kind of looked up to them so much and respected them for what they were doing.
And when they got 16, I didn't ask them. I wanted them to ask me.
They just came right up through the ranks and learned how to do everything as they got old enough to do it.
They have grown in to be really quite the leaders. They've grown up to be real men.
And all of them are uniquely special in different areas of the business.
They mesh well. Each has their own little part they bring to the table.
It was really always a vision that we had as second generation to take it to a new level, and that's not easy to do. And so we wanted to expand around the world.
Our business has, grown over these 50 years into really solid about 20 different markets.
We have probably 50% of our business or more abroad today.
Yeah, they pretty much cover the globe. Of course, when we got in the business, there wasn't any globe to it.
It's a testament to how the business goes on and continues on through generations.
We have more generations of Yagers coming along.
We have grandchildren that are starting to build the business now.
Very probably our great-grandchildren will be in Amway.
And I think Steve, Doyle, and Jeff are going to take this strong foundation to the next level.
Our confidence level in them is equal to what our confidence level was in Dexter Birdie.
So they've got the history of Dexter Birdie, but they get the promise of the future and what they can expect in the legacy that they're continuing to carry on.
The boys kind of tell us what to do nowadays.
Success is a progressive realization of a worthwhile dream. Success is a progressive realization of a worthwhile dream.
Well, there's a lot of sayings I've heard from Dex over the years that are special.
Success is just decision away.
The dream is big enough, the facts don't count.
If the dream is big enough,
Facts don't count.
The facts don't count. Luck is a loser's excuse for a winner's position.
You're either growing or you're going backwards. You can't stand still.
Winners never quit, and quitters never win.
don't let anybody steal your dream.
Don't let anybody steal your dream.
Don't let anyone steal your dreams.
Don't let anybody steal your dreams.
And it never ceases to amaze me that Dex and his nuggets of wisdom are really a universal language.
We see the Amway sales plan in this day and how it looks for the future.
You look back and hear Rich and Jay talk about the business and see, could you see this back, 50 years ago or 60 years ago when they started? And, I said, there's no way we could see this.
The Amway sales plan has made dreams come true.
A dream come true that I didn't know that I would ever have. Coming from where we came from, there was no way to see anywhere close to this.
Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
They've been there literally from almost the beginning.
But opportunity comes to each one of us several times in our lifetime.
Success is a progressive realization of a worthwhile
But
dream.
it's our choice what we do and what decisions we make about each of those opportunities.
This is a business that came along for them that has really been a blessing. First for them, and they have translated the blessing to everybody else.
And it's a thrill to see the entire Yager family building on that foundation and looking forward to the next 50 and beyond.
Because I've always wanted to succeed.
And he has shown to the whole world how to build a stable business that still lasts 50 years later.
Don't ever give up on anybody. And for God's sake, don't give up on you.
How do you ever pay somebody back, or how do you express it? It's hard to express because they've done so much.
And I just love them, and I'm just happy that they have been in the business this long, and I want them to keep on going, and we just go to higher and higher heights together.
For successful people,
Everybody needs a dream.
are ordinary people with extraordinary desire to move in some direction.
And everybody needs somebody to love them.
They've left a legacy that many of us try to live up to and follow their example.
He was born to help people, and that's the way he's lived.
They're so closely associated. You can't imagine Amway without them.
A man without vision shall perish.
The ultimate message should be, you can do it, period.